Good morning. And welcome to this shared space called Natural Connection with a Shaman. I am your host, Shaman Odin Greywolf. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time viewing, hit that sub button, click the notification bell, and do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps the channel's growth. So, today we have the moon messages on Moonday. Moonday weekly update, right? So from my dream, I'm working with lemon oil because in my dream, I was talking and teaching about the spiritual benefits and health benefits of lemon leaves, how to extract the essential oils from them through the distillation process to a young lady. Okay, there's a message today through the moon about time alone. You need your time alone to create, imagine, meditate, dream. Um, Otherwise, if you don't take time, like last night I did a Leo's reading, right? And I recognized some messages that came through. All of the magical tools in the world don't mean a thing except definite decorations unless you have that time alone to work with them, practice with them, meditate, not just work with them, but like drop your mind out of the other people's business mentality, right? If you don't have enough alone time to use your magical tools, they're just decorations. There's messages about telling stories. Even if you don't know where the information is coming from, allow them to come through because they're coming from somewhere. It could be a form of spiritual practice. There's definitely heavy energy today about bridging the world of shadow and light, radical honesty, and showing that the root causes of addictions, and I don't mean to substances alone. Substances are addictive, but your behavior can be addictive. Your need for, you know what? There's all kinds of addictions. There's addiction to drama. There's addiction to uh, socializing. There's addiction to attention. There's all kinds of addictions, right? What's going on is to be radically honest with yourself because root causes of addiction. Now, mind you, I want you to take a look at yourself and don't point your finger at addicts. Yes, addicts are on substances. There's core issues that they're masking. That's why they use those substances. You yourself may have addictions. You just may not call them addictions. You may call them life or socializing, right? But they're addictive behaviors because addiction is the feeling, the root cause of addiction is wanting that feeling of coming home to peace. Because as society in a whole, we are always wearing masks for others. People expect the masks. The dancing bear kept coming through last night. People may enjoy an older version of you, even though you may enjoy who you are now. And this comes back again later in the notes. You probably don't have anything to be angry about except for when people do stupid shit in your life, which is natural. You know, you're going to get angry when people do stupid shit. There may be stuff in your past you have to face, or there may not. Somebody may be trying to push your buttons to make you, look back, and you may be evolved beyond that version of yourself. That's for you to decide. And your spirit guides, your spirit team Because, yeah, you may decide, but your spirit team may bring the truth. Sending Archangel Gabriel to you now, just in case. All right, let's see. If you are creative, there is a heavy hint that art, if you're questioning yourself, art can be making the deranged look beautiful. Beauty blended with decay has been an artistic urge lately. You may be having complications with your worthiness of financial means. You may have controversy between financial gains and peace, rest, and enjoyment of life. Personally, myself, I don't believe I must struggle to make money. That's bullshit. It doesn't suit me. For myself, it works like this. First, I need enough personal time to get everyone else's shit out of my head and body and auric energy. Second, then I need my inner creativity. Then my inner creativity is truly my own. Once I begin, I do not like interruptions. And I know that hurts people's feelings, but they don't give a they really don't. It's really not up to other people, right? If you're in a creative flow, remember, I channel messages, so this is all stuff coming through. If you're in a creative flow and people keep interrupting you, you may feel bad because you're like, I'm busy doing something. But if you're constantly being interrupted in the middle of your creative flow, then people aren't feeling bad for interrupting you. So tick for tack. Okay, you may be a person who doesn't enjoy experiencing anger, right? Things that are making you angry, you need to get to the root of. Today's all about roots, and I'm going to explain why. Today is Moonday, the first quarter, Mana's rune. First quarter is in the third house. Third house through fifth house are the roots of situations in your chart. They also point to the three houses that are the roots of love. So today, the first quarter moon is in the third house of Sagittarius under Mula Nakshatra. This stands for getting to the root of a situation. This moon phase suggests a deep philosophical need to understand the root of things and a courageous transformative path that may involve challenging experiences with loss or change to foster wisdom and spiritual growth. Mental note I came up with, because at this time when I was writing it, I'm like, God, there's always spiritual growth, man. What's going on here? And I thought to myself, you know what? Wait a minute. Let me pull myself back. And this is the mental note. Had I went to college after my work injuries, I would have been a graduate and working some job I would have believed was right for me at the time. And probably putting up with people I didn't like just to get through each day. I probably would have picked up many old habits and addictions just to self-soothe the horrible inner frustration of just playing along in a path I actually hated. But I chose this path because, money or not, I really enjoy what I practice. So every time I ask myself, why am I not doing something else? Remember, I have made 100K a year before in my life, and I was miserable. I literally attempted to do many things to hurt myself back then because people didn't see me. People saw the money, the drugs, the sex, but never saw me. So if you're wondering, well, if I would have took this road, I could have been blah, blah, blah by now. And you could have been somebody living, masking, hating your life, but smiling each day to punch a clock, strung out on some kind of addiction, miserable with your life, just wanting anything to happen to end it. and remember where you are today. Remember, we look back in the notes, you may not enjoy experiencing anger. These are all root causes of addiction we're talking about today. Root causes. Smell some lemon oil. Lemon oil is really good for positivity, clear mind, clears the sinuses, helps you breathe, stimulates joy and pleasure in your mind and your mental lobe. So, now that we have that established from the moon messages, today is 9/29/2025. This equals 29. 29, 2 plus 9 equals 11. We do not break down 11. It's a master number. Heightened intuition, spiritual awareness, and a mission to inspire and guide others. 11 stands for master psychics and spiritual guides, bridges between the two worlds, material and spiritual. So I bring that up because life path 11, that's my life path 11. Life path is when you add up, just like I added up today, the date 9 plus 2 plus 9 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 equals 29 equals 11, right? That's how you find your life path. Then you look up what that life path stands for. It's that simple. I do that on a daily basis because every day is a new experience. Every day tapping into the astrology at the right times, you get your divine messages, knowing the cell phone to the universe. All right, let's see here. What else do we got here? Today, since we have 11, we look in the 11th house energy. This is how we connect with others, in groups, our collective goals for the future, and dreams we hope to achieve. Today at 10:21 a.m., we have midheaven MC on the chart in Leo Magha Nakshatra. Public life and career focused on inspirational leadership, creativity, and the ability to motivate others within a larger group or community. We also have Venus and South Node in Leo, Purva Palguni Nakshatra, 11th house. This is showing a complex dynamic between pleasure, detachment, and social recognition. You attract social opportunities that may benefit you financially. Yet you may not crave fame or a large social circle. I couldn't help but laugh through this because it describes me to a T. So you find yourself moving away from worldly achievements, yet you desire to shine and be recognized. Do you feel like you love to be the center of attention, but only on stage? This is because in your past life, you already experienced fame and high status. This is why you live in a paradox of pleasure and detachment in your social life and ambitions. So there's the root cause of issues today. From 10:21 a.m., the astrology, when I channeled that information from astrology, that's what the collective is experiencing. That was the messages that you probably needed to hear. So with that being said, if you didn't get all that, hit rewind, take notes. There's something in there for you. Now we're going to go into Divine Masculine Oracle. So, Hercules on the split. Geb. Hercules is a reminder to tell you that you don't always have to be strong. Like, you don't have to suffer any longer just to survive. Remember, that's bullshit. Cernunnos, the god of the hunt. There may be something out there for you that you have to pursue, but it's going to require tapping into your more natural primal instincts. Now, I don't know what the Cernunnos card in here stands for, but this is going 1444. This is going off of the basics I know about Cernunnos, the god of the hunt. So back in the days, the shaman of the village before a hunt would put on a deer skull with antlers and a deer robe, and they would dance around the fire until he came into a trance, right? Now, I can attest to this is not bullshit because I've had this happen. In that trance state, the shaman goes into remote viewing to where he can see where the deers are, channeling the energy of the deer from the mask to the robe and the trance state of mind, right? So this is why I say you got to tap into something that is a primal instinct, your hunting desire, right? You might be on the hunt, since we're talking about roots today, 3 to 5th house. Everyone thinks that the 7th house is primarily about love. It's not, it's about marriage. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th house are the core values of what builds love within you, what love means to you. So check your 3rd through 5th house. See what's going on down there. Get an astrologer to look it over, or look it up online. There's nothing wrong with that. So, Sir Nunos, you might have a primal urge that needs to be channeled so that you can find what you're missing. Remote viewing. Maybe you're a remote viewer. Maybe you should practice remote viewing. I haven't done it in a long time. Basically, because there's always too much going on, right? I think we can all agree there's too much going on in our society. And shamanic practices are all about what do you mean, society? Right? So, remote viewing is, like I said, getting everyone else's shit out of your head, out of your eyes, out of your voice, out of your feelings, and out of your spiritual beliefs. And that takes downtime, right? So, to remove the parasite of infections of other people's agendas, propaganda, and limited beliefs, you must rest. From that rest, you allow all of their bullshit to flood out of the mind through a meditation where you're not focusing on anything but just allowing the thoughts to flow like a river. Once those thoughts have emptied, you tap it back into your body. Feel the calming sensation of your body sinking into wherever you are, allowing the sensations to soothe your body. Then this is you. Then close your eyes so that you can trust what you see in your mind's eye is yours, not a commercial, not a video that you saw, not 1,000 memes that have programmed your mentality, that mercurial mind. If you allow Mercury to be programmed by doom scrolling, then you are never yourself. And that's all I have for you for channeling. I mean, I could keep going. Remote viewing is the point. So then when you start remote viewing, you can find things, you can see things, you can predict things. Do we predict or create? All right, that's something I mentioned to my little group of friends. Do we predict or create? That's the only true question a master psychic ever asks. I ask myself all the time, did I predict this or manifest this? Because I see them both through the same lens. So join some remote viewing classes, practice on your own. Um, this could be remote viewing, right? Like, I don't want to even see the card. Stare at this card, okay? Close your eyes. Remove everyone's shit out of your mind. Remember, before all of the agendas of society and family norms, traditions, beliefs. You were once a child that just stared at everything in wonder. You had no agenda, you had no influence. You were pure from home. You still experience joy as if you were still in the divine home where your soul exists. Now that you have allowed this state to come back into your presence, what do you see in this card? What is on the other side of this card? This isn't psychic energy, it's a shamanic practice of remote viewing, just like Sir Nuno's teaches. Become this card and allow your visions to be only your own. Ready? Thoth. So, I know that wasn't enough time for you to remote view, but we have Thoth sending a message. Let's see what Thoth has to say. Thoth, the ancient teacher, the one who defined everything in the universe, mercurial energy. I have to see something really quick. Oh, that's funny. You can't know what I thought was funny. It was funny for me. Anyways, Thoth, here we go. Your thoughts are a catalyst of transformation. Take time to think things through, deciding which thoughts you resonate with and which ones you are merely meant to observe. We were just talking about that a moment ago. 2222. We were talking about that a moment ago. Which thoughts are yours and which are meant to just flow through and not stand walls. You know, think of it like this. A busy New York subway hallway, right? Not the subway itself. The subway would be transportation. Just the hallways of all the billions of people going through, right? Some of those people are graffiti artists and they will write their message on the wall. Those are few and far in between the thousands, if not tens of thousands, that flood through that hallway during rush hour. So those thousands that flood through there, compared to the 10 who may graffiti the wall, the thousands are thoughts that are not your own and do not belong in your mind. The ones who graffitied on the wall, that is who you are. That is who you resonate with. That is your life, your joy, your creation. Follow that. Okay, let's get right to Thoth's messages. Your thoughts are a conscious cognitive process that gives insight into the totality of you. Each part of you has a voice that yearns to be heard. Ooh, going right into the messages. A thought can be a nugget of an idea, a kernel of a potential creation to grasp onto. Pulling it into the physical. That graffiti on the wall, find it. Bring it into reality. Listen for these seeds of conception, desiring to be drawn down into existence. With that initial thought, take one step to begin the formation. Start today, and the centrifugal motion from that step will whisk you away to unstoppable heights. Thoughts are a conduit of creation and can also indicate what needs releasing. The flip side of creation is destruction. Did you just hear how beautifully that was put? Destruction doesn't have to be a negative thing. It is an indication of what needs to be released, right? So, like if we're doing a tenant improvement in a already existing um, strip mall shell, right? You have to break away the concrete, right? And remove stuff that's not the old user's business anymore, right? So that you can lay new pipes, you can put new concrete, build new walls, and establish your own business. So that destruction is not, it's like a demo work to clear out the old to bring in new, right? This is what you're going through. These are the thoughts you want to hold on to, the good things, and also things that just need to be destroyed and released. Shiva. Shiva energy is coming through. Not all thoughts align with who you are. Ideas arise from various aspects of you. Some come from your inner child, maternal ancestral line, paternal line, or past versions of yourself. Others come from wounds of your psyche, or indoctrinated and socialized parts of you. See, now did I predict this card was coming out, or did I create it? Did you predict it or create it? Did you manifest it? As this card is summing up everything I spoke about in my morning notes, right? There's many more notes in my journal, but for obvious reasons, I'm not sharing them with you. But everything from this card is describing everything in my morning notes. Did we predict this or did we create it? Some thoughts are not your ultimate truth. Some are there simply to consider and to shine a light on your cognitive reality collected from these various places. Instead of trying to stop the thought, observe it, then bring in the new. Trying to stop a thought leads to frustration and consequently more overthinking. When the momentum of your negative thoughts drag you along, this is an opportunity to gain insight into the shadowy realms of your mind. Conduct shadow work, not by trying to stem the flow, but by being radically present and observing. Ignoring the old and attempting to stifle it will not suffice, as it will continue to rear its head. Deprogramming can only occur when you have a new belief to replace the old. So I want you to think of something really quick. I have this Sri Yantra right over there in my eye view. If you have troubles clearing your mind or allowing to be present while your thoughts flow, channel, right? Hang one of these somewhere where you can be alone and undisturbed and stare right into that little center. You see that dot? Stare right there and allow everything to flow through your mind. That is the easiest way I can suggest for you to begin your meditation practices and clear out the old. Cognitive understanding comes before the emotional level. Old emotional states can inhibit the application of new cognitive ideas. When an old belief comes up, tell yourself, I no longer resonate with this. At my core, I believe ... and consciously think of what the new idea is. Apply the knowledge each time the emotional belief arises. The conceptual change comes in time. Use your thoughts as a powerful alchemical tool. Both the positive and negative will assist you in transformational healing, collapsing the old and making way for the new. So that's a really divine message from our divine masculine Thoth. The mercurial mind, the moon and Mercury work very well together, right? So the moon is channeling through your mind, both conscious and unconscious, the Mercury intellect of Thoth for you today. Thank you, Divine Masculine. So I'm going to pull some messages. I feel like that was the end of the reading. I feel like there's nothing left, but let's see. I have a few more cards here. Send you off on your way. Some lemon oil, some Styrax oil. Smells good. Okay. And let's get some messages from angels and ancestors. All right. And we got some more moon energy here. Stormbringer. Harness the power of chaos. Harness the power of chaos. What do you believe chaos to be? Because in magical practices, these tarot cards coming out at random is considered chaos magic. Writing sigils is considered chaos magic. Divination with runes is considered chaos magic. Because it allows, the double slit experiment is considered chaos magic. Because when I allow cards to pop out, I am not expecting them to behave any certain way. I'm allowing the universe to pull the messages through my deck. This is not me going 1, 2, 3, 4, this card, right? So it's considered chaos magic. So in retrospect, chaos is the symphony of the divine orchestra. It's really allowing yourself to get out of the way and allow the messages to come through like a hollow bone. Just like we're talking about looking at the Sri Yantra, allowing the messages to flow through and only what graffitis the wall to be truth. Follow that. Harness your power of chaos. And embrace joy while doing so. That's funny because my Mother Mary Oracle says the same thing. And my angel deck next to my bed. Angel of joy. Express joy and happiness. There can be a lot of joy in allowing the universe to be naturally the universe without your control and guidance. Surrender is a big theme. Surrender, it takes guts to surrender. And it takes even stronger guts to enjoy the surrender of the universe, the chaos of the universe. Pulling it into reality as it comes through is as simple as letting the tarot cards flip through, reading the messages, and deciphering a code that came through. Dancer of light. This is how you're going to allow your inner light to shine. So, from these messages, I'm getting what you believe is chaotic is actually something you should tap into to make yourself Moon Guardian. Trust the tides. To make yourself seen, right? Because what was in today's lunar alignment in 11th house? Struggles with being seen for what you do, right? And not wanting like a large social group. It's like the celebrity syndrome. Celebrities, they love what they do, either acting, music, comedians, whatever, right? They love to perform, but they don't want to be mobbed by, number one, their fans, they don't mind, but number one, the paparazzi. Who likes those guys? They're always looking for some kind of shit story to slang, right? So trying to keep your circle small can be a challenge when you do something like a YouTube channel, or if you're a public speaker, or if you're a leader or facilitator, if you don't call yourself a leader of a drum circle, or, if you have built up any kind of recognition in a certain way, you want to have a smaller circle because that is your joy, right? You're experiencing your joy with those that are closest to you and you get along with, right? And then although you have fun in large public settings, it's not your everyday life, right? You wouldn't want to have that every day, because what happens? Everyone's shit gets in you, and you end up not being you, which destroys whatever your creative force is. So trust the tides of your emotions. When you're feeling out of alignment, when you're feeling staggered and angered, well, you're probably allowing too much input into your vessel. Cleanse it out. Let's pull some tarot and we'll get through. Meditation. Whoa. Meditation. And two other cards. What do we got down here? Meditation, a future event. Keep things private at this moment. Yes, sir. Thank you. I absolutely will. Okay. The tower is already fallen, and now it's your chance to move in and take action. Be truthful and honest. Destroy lies that are in your vicinity. And make way for indulgence and enjoyment. It's your time to have fun. And emotional fulfillment is being presented to you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. And let's see here. These two came out first. Sun, Two of Wands. Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Okay, let me put these in order. This is how it went. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards. I hope my beard hasn't been scratching on the microphone the whole time. Okay, 7 cards. The Sun. Something very enjoyable is what you're creating. This is giving you insight into a new endeavor you're preparing to take. You're going to have to step back and take a long view. So make a long-term plan. And within that plan, write what you expect to receive out of it, right? So like a long-term goal, what do you want to see return from this long-term goal? And then show your work to someone who can contract you. Don't show your work to people who don't have the means to fulfill contracts or invest in your energy, right? You wouldn't show building plans for a luxury custom home to a homeless person, would you? Who's there? What are you going to build? So find the right contractor for what you're planning to achieve, and then see about signing a contract together. This may be a little bit of work on your detail. Don't let exhaustion burn you out. Be sharp and communicative. Give out direct messages to others, like delegate your time. Delegate your time and your workload so you're not carrying too much. And be sure to get plenty of rest, because you're receiving messages in your dreams for this. Anything else for the viewer? Move forward victoriously. Use everything that you thought was a darkness to your advantage. This is how, and expect anonymous information to come to help you along your way. Follow your inspirations. Okay. What you are magically... Yes, emotional fulfillment is what you are manifesting at this time for the long haul. You're ready to build solid foundations. Remember, we are in the 3rd house energy this morning. So the 3rd house talks about the roots and foundations of love, 3rd through 5th house. So those are your messages for today. I hope you got something out of them. And if you did, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell so you are alerted when I post new messages. And stay tuned for future videos. I will see you next time. Take care.